at the Supreme Court this week. The Supreme Court ruled that the Board of the Philippine Health Insurance Corporation, or PhilHealth, rather than its president, has the authority to revoke the accreditations of healthcare professionals. The court clarified that the application for accreditation and its revocation are two distinct processes. While the PhilHealth president may resolve applications, only the PhilHealth board has the authority to act on withdrawals or revocations of accreditations. In another decision, the Supreme Court emphasized that compromise agreements and settlements between employers and employees that offer employees excessively low amounts are invalid. The court ruled that settlements are also considered quitclaims or legal documents signed by employees to waive their rights in favor of their employers. For a quitclaim to be valid, 1. It must be signed by the employee voluntarily. 2. There is no fraud or deceit on the part of the parties. 3. The amount stated in the quitclaim is credible and reasonable. And 4. It is not contrary to law, public order, public policy, morals, or good customs. The court ruled that there is no fixed percentage that determines the reasonableness of settlement amounts. Instead, this is evaluated on a case by case basis. On November 12, 2024, Chief Justice Alexander G. Gismundo and the Supreme Court Associate Justices were paid a courtesy visit by His Excellency Massimo Santoro, European Union Ambassador to the Philippines, and the EU delegation at the Session Hall. Joining the Chief Justice and welcoming Ambassador Santoro were Associate Justices Amy C. Lazaro Javier, Henry John Paul B. Inting, Rodil V. Zalameda, Samuel H. Gaarlan, Ricardo R. Rosario, Japar B. Dimaampao, Jose Midas P. Marquez, and Antonio T. Co. Jr. With His Excellency Santoro were EU Program Manager Ms. Alicia Loro Peña and EU Head of Cooperation Section Mr. Marco Gemmer. The Supreme Court will hold the National Summit on Sustainability and Environmental Law on November 27 to 30 in Puerto Princesa City, Palawan. With the theme Enabling Environmental and Climate Justice, Bridging Science and Laws for Responsive Rules and Sustainable Development, the summit aims to amend the rules of procedure for environmental cases toward enabling effective, responsive, and sustainable legal processes and remedies. The summit is organized by the Supreme Court Judicial Committee on Sustainability and Environmental Concerns in partnership with the EU Go-Just2 program, the United States Bureau of International Narcotics and Law Enforcement through the Palawan Council for Sustainable Development, the United States Forest Service, Swedish International Development Cooperation Agency, the British Embassy, International Commission of Jurists, Raoul Wallenberg Institute, the Asia Foundation, and the Australian government-supported Fair Justice Program. The Supreme Court announced the launch of the Microsite for the Freedom of Expression Symposium. The Supreme Court's first human rights symposium brings together various perspectives on contemporary issues to enrich discourse on fundamental freedoms. This event also aims to generate critical scholarships that can influence jurisprudence and shape policy. To know more about the Supreme Court's first Human Rights Symposium, including the set of presenters who will share their insights on the exercise of freedom of expression in the Philippines, you may visit the microsite at the Philippine Judicial Academy website. The Supreme Court mourns the passing of Attorney Ismael G. Cant, the first Chief of the Supreme Court Public Information Office, or PIO, who passed away on November 10, 2024, due to a lingering illness. He was 89. Attorney Can served as Assistant Court Administrator and Public Information Office Chief from July 1, 1999 to January 7, 2007, under three Chief Justices. Chief Justices Hilario G. Davide Jr., Artemio V. Panganiban Jr., and Renato S. Puno. In 1999, under then Chief Justice Davide, the court created the Public Information Office, which was tasked, among others, to bring the court closer to the people by disseminating news about its decisions and provide the public with judicial information in a manner that the general public can easily understand. In a speech delivered in 2004, Attorney Khan stressed the importance of the SCPIO in providing, quote, essential information on acts and decisions, primarily of the Supreme Court, but also of the entire judiciary that will impact our lives, end quote. Memorial services will be held on November 22 and 23, 2024, from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. at Santuario de San Antonio Parish in Forbes Park, Makati City. In commemoration of Attorney Khan's 90th birth anniversary, a Mass will be offered in the evening of November 23. And that's your Supreme Court this week. I am Tiffany Doblatran, Supreme Court Information Officer.